Haunted Hearts, it's Brett, your haunted therapist. Today I'm sitting down with Sandy Clisham Bartz, a Reiki healer and artist. And we're talking about the real difference between Reiki and chakras, how color becomes a language for healing, and why creating art can open the same energetic channels as giving Reiki. From healing hands to distance work, pendulums, and even how animals respond to energy, this conversation is equal parts mystical and grounded. Let's roll.
I got my little Reiki flag. The reason I got that, Sandy, is not, and people will ask me, like, do you practice Reiki? I'm like, nope. I just like the way it looks.
Yes. Well, Reiki healers use it, but it's not just for Reiki healers. It's the chakras from India.
So chakras and Reiki are different things?
Yeah, they're two different things, but Reiki practitioners use it because it's helpful.
So the chakras came first, and then Reiki practitioners drew from the chakras?
Chakras, yeah.
Okay, do you see how much I don't know? I'm actually really excited. Like when I think of Reiki, I just think of healing hands or like moving energy.
I don't know how they found it, but it's years,
Yeah,
thousands of years.
A chakra.
How did somebody find Reiki? I mean, well, I have the history of Reiki. It was a Japanese healer, Tsui, who discovered it during a meditation, and it all came to him at once. So
that seems to be a trend when somebody gets like an inspired thought of some kind or like information downloaded. It seems like it just comes to them
immediate
in a downloaded kind of way, or they even use the word it was like a download. Well,
right.
Before the days of downloading, they didn't say that.
Right.
You know, in the 1900s.
Right. But yeah, all of a sudden. So I use Reiki as a tool. I mean, I use the chakras as a tool because I see colors when I close my eyes. Most people do when they close, like on their eyelids, they could see colors. But when I'm doing a healing, it's really predominant, and it'll make me focus on the color, the chakra that the person I'm working on needs. So if I'm working on you and I see green,
yeah,
your heart needs some healing because that's the color of the heart chakra, green.
Why don't you start with that? Start with just for people who are tuning in who don't know, what are the colors and what part of the body do they relate to?
Well, the colors of the chakra goes through the spectrum. Roy G. Biv. Remember Roy G. Biv when you were in science class?
No.
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Roy G. Biv.
We were never taught an acronym.
We were.
Gee.
Made life easier.
Yeah.
So that's the red is the root chakra. The productive sexual is orange. Solar plexus is yellow. The heart is green. The throat is blue. Third eye is indigo. And the crown chakra is violet. Violet or white. And there's other chakra points, meridians in your hands and your feet. There's like thousands of them. But those are the 7 that we focus on.
Okay. So when you close your eyes and you see color, how much of that do you think comes from your art background?
That's hard to say.
I just wonder because I know like different people get different visuals that guide them. Like Tammy, your good friend, was saying how she'll see something that relates to her own memory, a symbol, a person, an archetype or whatever. And that's what points her in a direction with the person that she's reading. And it's interesting for you that you see color and you're an artist.
Right.
Oh,
so a Reiki healer, it's not coming, we're just a conduit. It comes through us. And when we're attuned to this, it opens up all our chakras so it can flow easier. And it comes through the crown chakra, through the heart, and then through our hands and even our feet, because animals would come around my feet.
Like people's pets at the house that you were doing it at?
Yeah, they would sit at my feet because they would get the energy
Oh,
also.
that's so sweet.
Yeah, it is.
I wonder
sweet.
if our ghost cat will visit you today.
Well, that would be nice.
Yeah. I'm not allergic to the ghost ones.
Good.
Yeah.
I love cats. Yeah. So I believe, because I'm calling in on Reiki masters and healers to help me out through this, they are probably channeling colors for me too, to help me be a better healer. That's how I feel. So it's not really me. They just know how to use me.
Right. So they're speaking your language. Your language is color.
Right. That's how I,
Wow, that is so cool. I never looked at it that way. So it's not just what you're seeing, you're thinking that they're also giving you the color to
yeah,
because they know that that's what you know where
right,
to go.
right. And a lot of times,
That's so
I
cool.
know, and a lot of times I don't feel anything when I'm giving a healing. A lot of people feel tingling in their hands or their hands feel real hot. Sometimes they feel a little hot, but that's my go-to is the color.
Yeah.
That's how I,
It's so simple too. It's so straightforward. You can't get that wrong.
right.
Do you ever get a color that doesn't exist on the Reiki spectrum?
No. And I could tell you, no,
Like black doesn't come in or brown or something to confuse you?
no, no, it's
That's good.
very colorful. It's really colorful. It's kind of like, and it kind of looks like a lava lamp where the colors would morph in and out of each other. So sometimes I would get yellow and purple, which are nice complement colors, but
Mm.
they would come in and out of each other in my vision. So I would concentrate on the crown chakra and the solar plexus if those two would come in.
Wow. How many colors have you gotten at one time? Like, what's the most that you've
Usually
got?
two.
Only a couple at a
Yeah.
time.
I would get indigo a lot or the throat chakra, a lot of blue and purple. So I would focus on the higher chakra.
How do you know when you're done?
I don't know. It's like a feeling. Sometimes I would cough. Sometimes the person I'm healing would cough. And it was like, okay, that's it.
Okay, that's incredible because those of you who have listened to prior podcasts know, or maybe have worked with me, know that with EMDR, we know a person is done reprocessing a memory. Not every time, this doesn't happen for a lot of people, it does, because they start getting a repetitive physical somatic reaction. Like I have somebody who will just yawn like crazy once we're at a 0 for a memory,
Right.
another person who burps, another person who hiccups. So I can't believe you're saying that. Like, you know that you're done because you're having this like bodily,
Physical
yeah, like,
thing. Yeah. Yeah. And if I have somebody, like I usually do a healing with a person sitting down. I like doing that because then I can have my hand on the back of their head or the front of the head at the same time. And I feel like the flow is going through us better. But I have done healing where people would lay on a table, a massage table. And if they fall asleep, it's like
yeah.
they probably had enough.
Okay, so you
But
see
I
sleep
would
as an
go on a
indicator.
little bit, but it's, like they probably, they're
They got what they needed.
probably got.
So it's a feeling you get, a reaction of theirs, which
Mm.
is so similar to trauma processing. So that's incredible
Mhm.
because EMDR works a lot with the body too, the system,
Right.
right? Because the body
It's
keeps
all
the score.
connected.
Trauma is stored in there. So it's not like the colors stop coming or something necessarily.
No.
Okay, so you said, like, I think you said a few minutes ago, like you can feel your hands tingling too.
Sometimes I would feel heat.
Sometimes you felt that when we were doing table tipping at Lilydale the other day.
Yeah. I was getting, what was I getting? Like a tingling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you said that almost right away. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So your hands are, and as an artist too, your hands are your I mean, those are your instruments.
Right.
Your body
Exactly.
is your instrument.
Right. And I get affirmations from people too. Like, this one guy at church had to get up and sing a solo. And before service, I gave him Reiki. He said, could you give me some Reiki so I can calm down? And so I put my hands on his back. He said, oh, just what I need. And your hands are freezing. It just needed the coolness to calm him down. I mean, they didn't
Yeah.
feel cold to me, but to him, that's what he
Oh,
was receiving. Yeah.
so you can send like coolness and like different temperatures.
I don't send, well, it comes through me
It comes through what they need.
what they need. Whatever energy knows more than I do than what,
Fair.
whoever I'm treating. And they know what they need. So that comes through that way. And then some people need the heat, and just feel more comfortable. I was giving a healing last week. We had a heal the healers at Unity. And this girl, she was a young girl. She was very good too. We received, did each other. And when I put my hands on her shoulders, a lot of emotion came up from her. So she just felt very secure. And I guess it was very loving for her just to have, some support on
Well, I
her
mean, we
shoulders.
don't touch each other in the society anymore, right? Like COVID
Right.
definitely did us in terms of even a handshake, although people have seemed to have gone back to that. But God forbid we hug a stranger or give a pat on the back, the old spit in your palm handshake. Let's not bring that one back, actually.
No.
Yeah, so people are probably starved for just affection sometimes. Like,
Uh-huh.
there's that study of the rhesus monkeys. I think it was Harlow or one of the behavioralists that studied what lack of physical touch would do for like a baby monkey.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the baby monkey would choose this doll monkey over a bottle because it wanted touch so bad that
Wow.
even before it would choose food, it would choose this, not an actual monkey even, which is so sad actually. So yeah, touch is so powerful. And people, like you said, she was feeling moved just by that kind of embrace.
Right. And before I give a healing, I'll ask the person, can I touch you?
Oh, that's fair.
Because I can give healing, a few inches away. I can give healing
Oh,
in another country. I can send it,
uh,
which is really nice. I mean, think of quantum physics. Why not? Right. And so, yeah, I ask if I can touch them. And if not, or they don't, care or whatever, I usually always have my hand on their back. They're sitting
mm,
because that's very supportive. And I'll do a lot of my healings through my right hand. And I feel I
mm.
just understand that it can go right through me and through them. And also, I feel good after I give a healing.
You do.
Yeah, I get the residue.
So it doesn't drain you. It
No.
actually fills you up.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. And sometimes if I get too much, it's like, okay, I got to stop. You got
You
enough of
feel
myself.
heightened, kind of?
Yeah.
Like too much energy? You gotta take a job or something.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the hands going this way and this way, isn't that a Buddha pose?
Well, there's a lot
I
of
think it's
mudras.
oh, there are those too, but I think there's a statue of him doing that because it's like giving and receiving equally, which
Right.
is what it sounds like you're doing when you put the hand on the back, but also healing with the right hand.
And then you ever see those pictures of Jesus Christ and he's going like this?
Yes. What is that? I thought I meant peace.
Well, yeah, peace could be, but I don't know. People kind of also think maybe he's giving Reiki. I mean, he did travel.
But he was probably the original Reiki master.
I would
Think
doubt
about
it. Who knows?
Yeah. Right. We'll never know. I don't think that's in the Bible.
No, no. I think he was
They left
very
that part out.
open-minded.
Yeah. He was definitely a rebel.
Right.
Ahead of his time.
Right. And I think he went all over because there's this period in his life where he's missing. And I'm sure he traveled and discovered other modalities and religions and,
Probably.
you
It's probably easy to go missing
yeah,
in the BCs
right.
of it all.
Exactly.
But speaking of traveling, talk more about what that's like to be able to send Reiki. So you go from one extreme of actually laying your hands on someone to
Mhm.
the other extreme of sending it to somebody who's like in California or something.
Right.
So how is that different for you?
Well, it's just a meditation for me. I would sit there and visualize the person. I would go through my little ritual of getting into the Reiki mood. And I would just use my hands, of course, and visualize them between my hands, or on my hands on a place where they need it, and just meditate and let it flow through me. So I try to just keep my mind blank the whole time. And then I usually get an affirmation from them later, you know.
What is that like to be able to blank in your mind?
Um,
How those of us whose minds won't stop, that's amazing. Like what an incredible strength you've built up to be able to do.
well, sometimes it's hard, especially if you have a lot on your mind. But yeah, through practice, I mean, you can sit there and, especially when it's quiet. I like it when it's quiet
Mm,
and at night. So it's just everything is much more quiet. And sometimes I'll see the colors again,
mm.
but things will pop up in my head, and I'll just try to, you know, get rid of that and go back to meditation. It's always a little struggle, but at nighttime it's easier because you're tired anyways.
You're shifting out of that frontal lobe,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
chi, if you will.
Right.
Mm.
Right. And it seems to work better when I am in that state. So at the Unity churches, that's where I found Reiki because that's where they do it, teach it.
Unity Church in Buffalo.
And so we would have, go through service. We have a meditation during the service, and that gets you in the flow of that,
I bet.
so that helps.
Because it sounds like a meditation in a way.
Right.
I mean, it's more directive than that, but you have
Right.
to at least start with the meditative aspect.
Right. So, yeah. So usually after service, if someone needed Reiki or something, I would give it.
Yeah.
And they used to do it like once a month. We would do it right after service. We're going to try to start that again. So
Okay.
that'll be nice.
Yeah. So have you ever taught it?
I have. I taught it at the church and I just taught, there's 3 levels to it. And I just taught the first level. The third level is really like more than, I don't know how many hours, maybe 30 hours or something, because there's more than one session for that. But the first 2 are Reiki 1 and 2 are about 4 or 5 hours each for the classes. So that's where I found Reiki was there, and it just made me curious because I'm skeptic. So I had a healing at church for just a 5-minute healing, and that was all right. But then I asked, I scheduled a real healing, like an hour healing with Peg Crawford from Unity. So she gave me a full healing, and I had a real detox experience after that, the day after.
Oh, you
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. It was a real detoxing of my body physically, and I feel kind of emotionally too. So then that made me decide to take the classes. So my first class, I had a full blown cold. My chest was congested, nose, everything. I was in the throngs of it, just really bad cold. So I called Peg up and I said, I'm going to cancel. I can't come in. And she says, there's only 3, 4 of us today. So come in anyways. So I did. And we went through the class and then we practiced on each other for 4 hours. We did all this. And in that 4 hours, I went through a box of Kleenex and the cold was completely gone, which should have
Wow.
lasted at least 3, 4 more days.
Is that what you mean by the detox?
Yeah. See, Reiki is energy, and it helps your immune system and it speeds it up. It speeds things out of you if you don't need it, or speeds things into you if you need it. It's energy. It's a form of energy healing. So that was pretty cool. That
Mm.
was I needed that. I needed that affirmation
Yeah.
because I'm skeptic. So I went on to the Reiki 2 and Reiki 3. And now I can teach it or give it. And it's just really changed my life, I think.
In what ways?
I just feel more settled, more confident. And I don't know, I can heal myself.
Clearly.
Yeah,
Healer, heal thyself.
really. And I think I've healed myself of past problems, emotional past problems. It's really beneficial.
Where do you feel that emotions live? Like, which chakra do you think emotions tend to linger in the most? Is it different for everyone, or even just your own experience?
Well, my own experience, I know I lost my father at a young age, and I believe your chakras kind of develop as you grow, and they start with the root chakra. So my root chakra was really out of balance because of
Early
you know,
trauma,
the
loss.
trauma. Yeah. Yeah. I really feel that was healed
Mm.
through all that.
I think it's interesting to think about that. I have a lot of clients who have, especially when they start talking about emotional things, they feel it in their throat. So that would be green, right?
And it
That's
would
the
be blue.
throat chakra. Oh,
Blue.
blue. So that would be interesting to combine the two too, or so. Okay, so that must mean that that's where they're storing a lot of their emotions, right? If that's where they're reporting that they're feeling it, which obviously I don't use Reiki to move through it, but I use other imaginal and experiential.
So they were probably suppressing all that and couldn't vocalize it. Yeah.
It's almost always when they're talking about times in their life that they weren't able to speak,
Right.
or if they're so used to it now behaviorally, it's like a well-worn path in a carpet. They
Hmm.
know that if they talk about this, or if they talk, or if they feel, if this, then that, then they can't. They're not supposed to talk when they feel.
Right.
So that's the part of the body trying to signal to them, and the body's not trying to work against you. It's trying to keep you safe. So that part of the body's like, oh, no, 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 no. Remember last time when we did this, when we were small, we got in big trouble for having these feelings or for speaking up. So
Right.
the body's trying to be like, no, 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 don't abort, abort. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be interesting to have you come in like at the end of certain sessions with clients who might be open or interested to that. Like if, especially after doing EMDR reprocessing to help continue to imagine to go so much quicker or to help ground them before they leave or something.
Right. Right.
TM, folks, you heard it here first. We're combining forces. Stay tuned.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you also use a pendulum. Let me grab it.
Yeah.
We'll play with a toy.
Okay. So this is an old type of things to find out what kind of energy is moving. This helps seize energy.
Moving around you or in the body, or it
In
just
the
depends
body.
on how you.
Yeah. Like I could hold this, it's kind of using your higher self. It's going through you to this. And it's just a little something that will pick up the energy from you and then it'll move. So I'll ask it, please tell me what is no. So it's going back and forth and saying no. And what is yes? So it's going clockwise.
Mhm.
And I like to hold it over chakras sometimes if a person's laying down. And it will tell me if that chakra is, it needs more energy or less energy. It'll go counterclockwise.
Chakras can need less energy.
Yeah. If they're overstimulated, yeah.
That explains a lot.
So, yeah.
Or somebody's overactive mind.
Mm-hmm.
What is the mind? Because I know you said purple is the third eye.
Well, indigo is the third eye.
Is indigo blue or purple?
It's a deep blue, and you can see it right there. It's kind of a
I thought indigo was purple my whole life, all 27 years.
Indigo, actually, you use indigo to dye jeans.
Indigo is blue. I knew that.
So, and the crown chakra is purple, violet, and sometimes white.
So if somebody is plagued by OCD or anxious thoughts, indigo
Could be.
would be the color that might come in for you. It might come in different ways for different people,
Mm-hmm.
but that would be the crown chakra or the third eye.
Third eye.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're seeing a lot of blues and purples together. Mind, I would think.
Mind.
Mm-hmm.
Or third eye. I guess it depends on if you're working with them in a spiritual way or in an actual medical way.
It could be physical, mental,
Emotional. Yeah.
Yeah. So I usually don't ask the person, I just know which chakra to work on. And they will tell me. Sometimes they will tell me, or they'll just say, that was what I needed or whatever.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter which way you go into it.
No, it doesn't matter for me. It matters for them.
It's not like you're doing mediumship or something where it's like, so tell me who died in your life.
Yeah.
And then you can be like, so I'm getting from your grandmother. Yeah.
No, I'm not a medium.
Right.
That's all.
No, but there's a psychic element to this for sure.
There's something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is,
Yeah,
but there's
fair.
something.
Yeah, we don't have to even name it.
No, and I'm not going to question it anymore because I know it works.
Because you got the practical, tangible evidence that you needed.
Always getting affirmations.
Really?
That it's working. Yeah. Almost everybody I work on, they'll tell me, and I'll be surprised. Good. I'm glad you received some kind of healing in some way.
So back to Unity. So you saw it being performed or being practiced and you thought that was interesting. So you just followed.
Yeah. It was something in me
Followed
that
an
said,
interest.
how you get goosebumps, God bumps, goosebumps. It just gave me a push. Like, okay, you got to go explore this, see how this works. And I was trying to figure out how things work anyway. So
you do. That is something about you for sure.
So yeah, I had to pursue this.
That and you work with your hands.
Right.
Can you talk a little bit about that, about your past life as a art teacher and your current ongoing life as an artist?
Yeah.
Or what got you into that?
I've always been drawn to art. Always, even, kindergarten. I can go back to crayons. That's how far back it is. And I just knew this was going to be, because for one thing, it was quiet. I liked the quiet, and it just kind of stopped all the chaos around me. So I liked the room. I liked how it felt in that room, in the art room. And then I've always liked pictures. I hated reading. Didn't do very well reading, but I loved pictures and I loved figuring out, how the picture was put together.
There's that mechanical mind of yours again.
Yeah. So that's kind of how my path is. So I always pursued art in some way. And then I became a graphic artist, which was rather boring. I did that for 25 years.
Graphic art. I feel like that was big in the 90s.
Yeah, 70s, 80s, 90s.
Oh, 70. Okay.
And it was hands-on when I started, But shortly after that, like 10 years later, it all went to computers. And I got really bored. Oh, it was so boring because I'm not using my hands anymore. It's all up on the screen. And so I decided to go back to school for teaching. I thought, well, I could teach it. I knew how to paint and draw. And then being around people was more fun too than just sitting in front of a computer all day. So then I got into teaching and did that for until COVID said, no, it's all going to go back on the computer. And I said, no, I'm not going back on the computer.
Is that when you retired?
Yeah. I said that was enough
Yeah.
because it all went, online.
Well, your art life took you to Italy, didn't it?
Yeah, because I went back to school and they had that program through Buff State. And I thought, well, why not? I'll spend a semester in Italy. So that was lovely. That was the best thing I ever did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was nice.
Well, and you didn't go to grad school until your 50s?
Well, I didn't go back to school until my 40s, late 40s.
Amazing.
And then I just, to get my master's degree, which I needed to teach, I just continued. And so I went for like 5 years and finished up.
It's never too late, people.
No, it isn't. So I'm so glad I did it. It was a nice change in life.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved into the city in my 40s in Elmwood area. And that's when I found the Unity Church because it was right up the street. I walked into that church. It's also an art gallery. Come on. Divine order. It was perfect. And I'm still go to there too. So it's a nice, comfortable place to go.
Yeah, that's your place.
Yeah.
You went through a lot of your own transformation there and healing there.
Yeah, that's where I found the Reiki. And I've had art shows there. As a matter of fact, we're going to have another one. I'm going to have a few pieces because we're having the members of the church are going to have their artwork showing for November and December. So that'll be nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you also do gallery sales, or don't you sell your paintings somehow by
I just have
going to events and hanging them somewhere?
I used to do that in the 90s. I used to do all the art shows in the 90s and set up, and that was a lot of work. So I don't do that anymore, but I do have a few pieces and East Aurora at Meibohm's gallery. And that's nice. They sell a few of my pieces every year. So
Can people find your work online?
yes.
Just tell them.
Actually, Meibohm's has their own website.
How do you spell that?
Meibohm, Meibohm's gallery. It's a small gallery, but they have a lot of work, a lot of beautiful work, local artists and a lot of international artists too. So they have a website and it shows each artist's work on that website. So you'll see my current work there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we went off into Artland here, but what do you, just to tie it back in, like, what do you think, or do you think the tie-in between creating art or being an artist or art itself and Reiki might be?
Well, I'm glad you said that because I believe when I am in the process of making artwork, I believe that was my meditation. It's definitely a meditation. It's definitely healing. It's art therapy for me. And also I noticed in my students, when I was teaching my art, especially watercolor for some reason, the drawing part is so technical. The drawing class was, but the painting, the watercolor class, students didn't want to leave. They had lost all track of time because they're so in the zone of doing their own artwork. So that's when, I would get into the zone too. I would be up all night because I didn't realize, what time it was. I'm just so involved in the process. So I believe it's a form of meditation. And I don't know why, but when I'm working now and in the past few years, I notice my face would flush when I'm making artwork. It's not that I'm hot. I don't know if it's because I don't know what it is, but it's a physical thing you could see. I got rosacea anyways, but it really comes out when I'm painting. But I really feel in the zone when I'm doing that and very at peace. And
It literally lights you up.
yeah, literally. That's a good way of saying it.
Yeah.
Lights me up.
Well, yeah, from the inside out, which is something that you said Reiki does too. Heals you.
Right.
You feel better afterwards. You don't feel drained.
Oh, no. As a matter of fact, I get more energy giving a healing.
Channeling.
Yeah. It is a channeling. It's cool stuff.
Yeah, that is cool. I love the tie-in between the two.
But yeah, I think any form of making anything,
Yeah.
you still going?
Yep.
Spirits aren't shutting you
Yes.
down.
I think they just need to know that this is okay. We're choosing to do this.
Yes. But I think of any form of making anything, not just artwork, but creating
Yeah.
anything, people get lost in their zone of creation. Good stuff.
To be the same for healing then too. Creating and healing are not so different.
Mm-mm. I don't think so.
I mean, the two can exist without each other, but how much more powerful is it when the two are combined?
Right. And as a therapist, art therapy is really
Yeah,
related to
art
it.
therapy is no joke. That's a whole separate track. There's not even a school that's accredited in New York State to be an to be an accredited art therapist. I think the closest is in like Virginia or something.
There used to be.
It's a no joke track. Like
Right.
that's something really quite powerful
Right.
to do with people. And you can't just like if somebody tried to do art therapy as a therapist and they weren't certified art therapists, like you could lose your license.
Really?
It's no joke.
Wow.
It's intense, apparently.
Wow. Yeah. A lot comes out when a person's creating something. I mean, you can see it in all artists. I had a friend that did her paper on the mind of artists, what they were going through when they were, like Van Gogh and, famous artists. She did it on
Yeah.
famous artists, what she believed. I mean, she asked a therapist what that therapist thought, each artist was going through, why they created that work.
Why they might have cut their ear off, for example.
Right.
Well, that would be interesting to hook up an fMRI machine, which is the one with the little things that you put up, little sensors that you put up, and then you can look on the screen and do like biofeedback and see your brain. Like that'd be really interesting to see your brain as you're doing Reiki and to see your brain as you're doing art.
Wow.
Even just to see your brain as you're getting Reiki done to you.
You got one of those?
Yeah, let me get it. Let me dust it off. Don't tell anyone that I have that. Highly untrained to use it. Yeah, I bet that alters the brain for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wouldn't that be neat to
Absolutely.
research?
We would have to see if it's been done.
Right. I wouldn't doubt it.
You may have heard this here too, folks, first. Like maybe we should search the Buffalo community and see if there's any doctors willing to let us come in and test this out.
Well, it's neat that you said that because there are hospitals now that are letting Reiki practitioners come in and work on people.
I bet that would be nice for childbirthing.
Well, yeah, probably.
Or end of life. Well, why? Yeah, I mean, there's people that come in and have like their hypnotherapist come in and help them with surgeries.
Really?
So why not Reiki?
Sure. Yeah. I think I did read a book about a Reiki practitioner that worked with a doctor during surgery.
I bet.
Yeah. I forgot that. I can't remember the name of the book, but it was a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was interesting.
Well, is it evidential? Is it science-based?
I don't think you can say it is yet.
Okay, I wasn't sure actually.
Yeah.
If it might be.
I don't think you can say that yet because they don't understand it.
Yeah, but they can replicate it, maybe.
Maybe.
They could prove it if they were to hook up electrodes and whatnot.
Right. If somebody wants to take the
If
time
somebody wanted to do that.
do it, that would be nice. I'd like to see that. I really would.
Yeah, get it a little bit more mainstream.
But they're teaching it. I know Peg is teaching it at the University of Buffalo.
Right. That's why I'm wondering where it's at. We'll have to look that up.
Right. And she's teaching it for therapists like yourself.
I do know my EMDR supervisor, when I was getting certified in it, after I was trained, I had to get certified. That was a whole separate track. And he was also a Reiki practitioner.
There you go.
And he talked a lot about how powerful it is to combine it with EMDR. Not so much always, but, depending on if somebody's stuck, like if that's always stuck, that can help loosen it up. The thing is, though, that then you're not teaching the person how to do it, though. Right. So like if I have somebody who's chronically having like a stuck place in their body, my role is to teach them how to unstuck themselves. Whereas Reiki comes in and does it for you. Unless you taught somebody how to also do Reiki.
Right. But it helps them along. It's like the EMDR, So when you do that on a patient, you would also do Reiki on a patient. It was just help them to feel how that feels
Yeah.
fixed.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. That is very insightful. I talk about that at the end. Like once you're done reprocessing a traumatic memory, once you're at a 0, so you're not at a 10 anymore, you're not escalated, you're at a 0. Look around the room. What does the room look like when you're at a 0 with this memory? How do you feel in your body when you're at a 0? So you're right.
Right.
Yeah, that is a teaching of sorts of what it feels like to at least not have it. Yeah,
Right.
why not? Why not a quick fix every once in a while?
Right.
Who am I kidding?
It's just help, boosting their energy, their healing energy.
Yeah, helping them along.
Right. Yeah. Why not use it? Use tools for other things,
If you could give Reiki to anybody famous, living or dead, who would you give it to?
But I do give Reiki to the world. I mean, if I'm just in a good space and like in the forest, up on my hill, I will just sit up there and meditate for a while and just send Reiki out to everybody.
And does that lift you up too?
It makes me feel
Feel a
good.
little energized?
Yeah, energized and at peace. I mean, what else can I do? I really, I can't save everybody, one person at a time, but if I can send Reiki out to the world, why not?
And what's next for you? Are you going to be teaching some more?
I'm going to Florida. I'm
Teaching
gonna
more Reiki, I
rest.
mean.
I might. If I do, I would do it at Unity Church
Okay.
where it's, they have a space to do it. I really don't have a lot of
Oh, no.
space to do it. But or if anybody asks,
We'll see where this goes too.
yeah. I mean, I don't push it. I just let it kind of come to me,
Okay.
which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that whole give and receive thing again.
Right, right. I
Mhm.
just wait for it to, whatever the universe wants me to do, I'll do it.
Mm.
And if I feel pushed to do it,
Yeah.
you
Or if
know,
it's presented to you.
right. If they want to find out more about Reiki, they can find it online.
Mm.
There's a lot online, but yeah, it's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad we talked about it. Glad
Yeah,
to
I'm
get it out
glad you
there.
came in. Thank you so much for coming in
You're
and
welcome.
talking with me today and telling everybody about this.
My pleasure.
Yeah. I like what you said too about how you can send it to the world. And then you talked about like if you're able to send it out into the world, that's something like Einstein would talk about too.
Right. He was very spiritual.
He was so spiritual. I'm learning this more and more.
It's pretty cool.
And he was very smart.
Yes, he was very smart. He's a smart guy.
He was such an Einstein.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Thank you, Sandy, for coming in.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Yeah.
Good. That's a wrap.
Cut the cameras.
So, what I learned today is healing is both art and energy. And Reiki doesn't come from us, it moves through us. And color can guide where that flow needs to go. You can find Sandy's artwork at Meibohm's Gallery in East Aurora, New York, or on their website. And if you're in the Buffalo area, watch for Unity Church Reiki events. Before you go, take a second to notice, what color are you drawn to today? And where do you feel it in your body? If this episode resonated, follow and share The Haunted Therapist on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. I'm Brett, and as always, keep creating, feeling, and healing.